first reminder is that the last chance list is out. That's our retiring list. Lots of products being retired from the annual catalog before the new one starts on May 4th. And many of those items are discounted. So please take a look at that. And if I can help you placing an order, that's wonderful. If you want to place it online with the host code, that's great too. Or, and don't use the host code if your order is $150 or more, because I want you to get the Stampin' Rewards then. The second thing I have for you is I'm offering a free class to go with a purchase. So let me show it to you. It uses the Welcoming Window bundle. Here's one card. There's the second card and the third card. And there's two ways that you can get the Welcoming Window class to go for free. And that is by placing an order for the Welcoming Window bundle, which, if I remember correctly, is $50.25 plus shipping and tax. And you order that right online from me, maryknabe.stampinup.net, and you use an appropriate host code, which is on my blog today. It's also on my Facebook, the ad for this free class. Or if you already own that Welcoming Window bundle, you can place an order of $50 or more before shipping and tax and still get the free class. And the free class will include all the materials you need to make 6 cards to each of those 3 designs. So just a way for me to say thank you for being a viewer, supporter, customer, perhaps even team member. I appreciate you. And if you're a demonstrator, you do have the option to buy the PDF tutorial for that. Of course, if you're on my team, the Merry Stampers, you will get that PDF tutorial free when I post it to the Merry Stampers Facebook group. All right, today is bright and sunny, blue sky here. Yesterday was I'll say blustery, Winnie the Pooh blustery. But today I'm going to show you a couple of cards using the Under My Umbrella stamp set and then the Umbrella Builder punch. I will tell you both of these products are retiring. The stamp set is $16. And get this, the punch, normally $18 is, I wrote it up here, $7.20. So a great deal, but I just thought I need to use this again before it retires, and what better time than early spring, especially when the weather's been rainy one day and sunny the next and whatever. And with that, I'm going to show you some paper piecing. So let me flip my camera around and then we'll get started. If you would be so kind as to share this Facebook Live when I move my camera, I would appreciate it very much. Would you like to see the samples first, or should we just dive in? I think we should just dive in to the card making, and then raise my seat up, and then I'll show you samples of 2 others I've made using a different product suite. So I'm using today the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. And paper piecing is a fabulous way to use up scraps. This paper has been gorgeous. I've used it so much. I've got some full sheets, but I have loads of scraps in here. So this is a great way to use up some of those scraps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by stamping directly onto my Designer Series paper. And for this, maybe I should put this here so you can see the stamp set. For this particular card, I'm using the closed or narrow umbrella. And I need 3 of them. So I'm going to stamp on this one first, And I'm using early espresso to stamp. The reason I'm using early espresso is that's the outline color in this designer series paper. It might be black. The samples I'm going to show you after we make these are actually made with, oops, I should have turned that the other way, are actually stamped with gray granite, because that is a featured color in that one. So you can kind of guess what that will be. Now here's a trick. When we're working with scraps, it can be difficult to get them into our punch and hold them and position them just right. So what I like to do is use a Post-it note. If I could stick, my hands are really jittery today. I don't know why. And come on. Maybe I need a new Post-it note because I was doing this earlier. There we go. But it just gives you something to hold on to so that you can position your image in the stamp exactly right, just the way you want it to be. And then I stamp away, or punch away. I'm going to do it again with this second piece of designer series paper. This Ornate Garden designer series paper screams spring to me. Spring flowers. And there's the third one. Now I am going to need some handles for my umbrellas. Forgot to grab my early espresso. For that, I'm going to use early espresso cardstock, again, just because it coordinates with the designer series paper. 1, 2, and tear that off. Okay. Leave that there because we'll need it again. All right, so let's put this together. I'm using a piece of terracotta tile cardstock. Again, it's one of the colors in the Ornate Garden designer series paper. I have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock. One for the inside of my card. And if you want to stamp on that, remember you should stamp before you adhere it to the inside of your card. The other one I'm going to use for the front of my card. And I have a piece of 1 inch by 4 inch designer series paper. Comes from the same pack. And I'm not going to press hard, but I'm going to put this here just about there. Just lightly, because I want to stamp. If I make a mistake, I want to be able to pull this off and put it on the other side and restamp. And for this, I'm going to stamp, there it is. I'm going to stamp showered with love. So this would be awesome for a wedding shower, bridal shower, or baby shower. Or just when somebody's feeling blue and you want them to know that you're sending love. Okay, a little too much ink on that. Put that on my chamois right away. One tip I have, if you have the chamois, put your stamps, the used stamps, on the chamois right away. And that way it's not in your way someplace that you're inadvertently going to get ink on a piece of your card. All right, so showered with love. Now I'm going to add my umbrella tops. And I'm going to put, since these two prints are very similar, I'm going to put the yellow one in the middle. And I am going to put all of these up on dimensionals. They're going to overlap most of that DSP strip, and the ones on the left and right I'm pretty much putting at the edge of that DSP. I see, oh, it looks like Kathy Jordan's having a little trouble with her internet. I think the rest of us are okay. Hopefully she can get back on with us. And to add these handles, the umbrella handles, I don't put any glue on the curved part. I just put a dot or two on the straight part and then just drag it. I'm going to tuck it under my umbrella and push it down into place. So the least you can handle it, the better, so that we don't overuse the glue and move this around too much and get our card front sticky and tacky. The other reason is I'm trying to line these up across straight. So if I need to move one up or down, I'm still moving it on my glue line. If I had glue on this curved part, then I'd be smearing that glue above and below the curved part. Since I have it just on the straight part of the handle, I don't have to worry about that. I think I inked my words a little heavy there. Let's see there, I can move it up and stay right on the glue line. And I think that looks great. So let's add this to our card front. So basically, paper piecing is whether it's individual pieces or parts of something larger, parts of a larger image. It's really just stamping an image on designer series paper and then punching it, cutting it, die cutting, whatever means of cutting, even if it's fussy cutting. And I'll show you an example of a paper piecing project from, probably a year ago. This was the Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper, and I used the, what's it called? Beautiful Moments stamp set. So I stamped the girls on the white, and then I stamped them on scrap or on the DSP, and I just cut out the dresses and then put them on there. So that's a fun example of paper piecing when you're using just parts of a whole image. Versus here, we are using the whole image, that umbrella top. Now we're going to decorate the inside. Oops, it's already out. We're going to decorate the inside a little bit by stamping some rain boots. And just to make those a little more evident, I'm going to fill in the soles of the rain boots. And maybe at the top, I'll actually fill in that top of the boot. Or maybe it's even showing the inside of the boot. That's probably what it is. And I don't have a punch or die for this, but I can quickly fussy cut it. Hi, Diane. Diane says she's going to have to go back to the replay. Whether you watch live or watch the replay, please know that I always appreciate you viewing my demonstrations. Some of you wait till it's posted on my YouTube channel or on my blog. But no matter where you watch, I appreciate it. And of course, sharing is something I love, because when you're sharing, that's like giving me a compliment. That if you're willing to share my work with your friends and family. We'll just do that. I don't want these boots being up in the air, so I'm just going to add just very lightly here a puddle or some ground to it. How's that? Isn't that cute? And think of it, you can do this with all different kinds of designer series papers. So let me show you another card make with the Under My Umbrella stamp set and umbrella builder punch. So again, I'm going to go back to my scraps here. I like these big daisy prints. That's a little small. Actually, I'll use, I think that will fit. Let me look. This is a great thing about our photopolymer stamps. You can hold it right over your pieces of scraps of cardstock and whatnot. Ooh, I like that too. So maybe I'll do these three. And we need rain boots again, so we'll just do the green. So this time I'm going to, I'll go ahead and stamp the boots right now also. But this time we're going to stamp the opened umbrella. Let's get some of this out of the way. Remember that tip when you can use the edge or the ends, the sides of your ink pad? That's helpful. And it gets less ink on your block, plus it distributes the ink in your ink pad as well. Because we tend to always stamp in the middle, and then the middle kind of dries out, but we have ink on the sides, or the top and bottom. Let's do this. And now I'm ready to punch these out. So again, a great way to use up scraps. If you're like me, I want the most I can get for my money. And using up my scraps is one way to do that. Plus, it's just a really fun technique. Okay. We'll get started putting this together. Oops. Wanted that at the top. So again, I'm using a piece of Coordinating Designer Series paper from the Ornate Garden suite. By the way, I don't think I mentioned, but terracotta tile, if you love terracotta tile, that's one of the retiring in colors. So you do want to get those items very quickly before they sell out. I did mention that Under My Umbrella and the Umbrella Builder punch are also retiring, and the punch is on sale, $7.20. So great deal. You can get what for $23.20. You can, plus shipping and tax, you can get those two products. Better than what the bundle price was when it came out. All right, let's stamp, again, using terracotta tile, this sentiment. Some of these ink pads I need to re-ink, I can tell. So hopefully there's enough ink on this. There we go. I love the saying, life showers, brings, loves flowers. Just there. I'm going to put this, I want that to dry a moment, in the center of my card front. Does anybody recognize this die? By the way, the two cards I'm showing you, the two I'm making today, were inspired by cards I saw on Pinterest that Connie Babbert made. She's somebody whose work I've always admired. This is where that die comes from, the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And it was paired with the So Sentimental stamp set. So just a lot of fun dies to cut out sentiments or to use as a background on your focal points. Trying to use up the last little bit of dimensionals here on this piece. Better put another one on that. That's another money-saving tip. When you used up all the hexagon shaped dimensionals, just trim around those. I don't know how I want to do this. Trim around those, trim up those edges, and you'll have that many more dimensionals to use. So you're not wasting it all. And I need to punch out those handles again. Scraps are also great when you're working with builder punches like this one that cut out so many different shapes. I'm going to add my umbrella handles the same way. Just a little dot and drag it. Tuck the end under the opened umbrella. The nice thing about popping up these open umbrellas with the dimensionals is you just get to slip that handle right under there. So it really does make it look 3D. So something great happened in my neighborhood. I don't know a lot of people here, but the neighborhood is pretty much all built now. And the more I'm out walking, the more I'm meeting people. People are very friendly, but I was really impressed this weekend because, you know, we had that terrible wind on Thursday, and Thursday night into Friday, I should say. Friday was our recycling pickup day. I didn't put mine out because I figured it would be blowing all over, but I guess many people didn't see the high wind forecast. So literally there was just trash everywhere. And we have two ponds, one in the front across from my street, and the other one in the back, which is even larger. And somebody got on our Facebook group and just said, you know, let's do a neighborhood cleanup Saturday, 10 to noon. And it was awesome. It was awesome. Just to be out there, and I met a few more people that way, and just to know that you live in a community that cares and takes pride in where they live. So I was happy about that. Lynn, I'm sorry I missed you, but I'm glad you waved to me when you passed the Columbus exit. So there's the second card. So what do you think of the two cards? Perfect for this time of year, right? And these can cover so many different occasions as well. Now let me show you two that I made earlier with the Peony Garden Suite. How about these? And I didn't cut out the boots for that one, but the little rain boots there. So I love the way they turned out. I think I might add some of the Peony Garden jewels to this one. You know what I mean? And I have this pack, but I know I have one that's opened. Don't know where it is at the moment, but I don't want to open this one. I want to find the one that's already opened, because again, I don't want to waste. Oh, Julie, what a great idea. Julie Williamson says, try with the well-suited paper for more masculine card. I love that idea. And so often people are searching for ideas for masculine cards. I love that, Julie. Thank you for sharing that idea. Marion, thanks. I love sharing my ideas. I want to see if I missed any questions. Thanks to all of you who are watching and sharing. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. Oh, I should give away some cards. So I will give away these two cards that I made, and I still have to get the Playful Pet cards in the mail. I'm trying to think of who those two winners were. Deb Henning was one. I believe Claudia maybe was the second. I'll have to go back and look at my list. But yes, I will give away these two cards. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great Monday, and that your whole Easter week is fabulous. Have a great day.